All right, by the thumbnail and by the title of this video, you already know what this is all about. So let's get into it. It's always dark out, right? So, yeah. Paulk Smart Station, Paulk Smart Miter Station, Paulk. I don't know. I mean, it's a miter station. Let's get to it. All right, everybody, I've got some video I'm gonna roll here about me discussing it prior, but this is the final. I do have to cut out some pieces for obviously dust extraction, some extra stuff, but this is pretty much how it's gonna stay. I'm gonna make the stops here in a little bit, but I got it leveled out correctly. I got the new face on it. It gave it a little more support, took out a little extra wood, but this is basically what you get. A couple modifications I've done, which is going into this video. But I like it so far. It's fantastic. From the blade to the edge of this wing is just under 5 feet. So obviously it's going to support an 8-foot length. If I need to cut off the 16th at the end of it, no big deal. Fantastic. I actually used my original one that just like the beta while I was still trying to cut. You'll see in the video. In the field already is absolutely invaluable. Saves so much time already. Getting it set up is, you're not gonna, if you're gonna make 1 or 2 cuts, you're not gonna set this entire thing up. But I'm building this because I have 3 jobs coming up that I'm gonna need to make multiple repeat cuts, and this is gonna be invaluable. Definitely a time saver, money maker. Yeah, so let's go into it. Here's some video, just a couple clips of me actually describing what this is and basically building it, making the front face, just because the old one I had was all cut up because I was trying to fit the miter saw completely over, so there's a bunch of research and development as far as this miter saw is concerned, and a couple other things as well. So I'll roll that video and then we'll see you at the end of it. What's going on, everybody? All right, so it's been a while building this Paulk Smart Station, Paulk Smart Miter Station, whatever you want to call it, Super Station, all that good stuff. Here's my modified version of it. A couple things I'm still tweaking on it. I've got the front. I'll throw in a video over here in a second what I need to tweak on a little bit. I've had this in the field working, and it's super. It's amazing. Got my Makita 12-inch dual bevel compound 36 volt. That's what it's based for. That's what's going to stay in my trailer, or leave it at a job site for guys once they get skilled enough to make mitered corners. No, I'm just playing. They're good. So, but a couple things. You'll notice that I actually have this cut out like their other stations, Ron Paulk's other stations, but I do have a couple spots. I'm obviously missed right there, but just because I want to save weight, this is not going to be used for anything but a miter station, and I just didn't want to have additional. I'm going to be cutting out other pieces in here that I deem fit to actually save weight, because I'll be throwing this around. I use this on job sites. It doesn't sit in my garage, or it doesn't sit in here. Obviously, I have to lug this around, so it needs to be lighter. So that being said, the original plans obviously has this miter up top of another 3/4 of an inch, because you have the actual top coming all the way to the edge, and then you lay your wings, your miter wings, on top of it, and then they extend out. I didn't want to do that little extra weight, so I basically just ripped down some pieces of wood 2 inches each on either side. I'll probably have to redo this one right here. I might move it over a little bit, but that's what my modification on it. And I cut out a little extra. You can see back here. Obviously going from the top. I may put a new top on this. We'll see. But there goes one of my wings. You can see how much space I have. But at the same time, when I go full over on 60 degrees, that's 60. So yeah, we got a little bit. And then on the other side is exactly the same. So it's been working out great. I got stops back here. And I also, once I take this off, you'll see I put a little aluminum, little angled, like a bracket underneath it. I wanted to slide a little easier, and it does. I don't want to put wax or anything on it because it sits in my tulip trailer. I don't want to get wax everywhere. So a little aluminum, it'll be a little less friction, and it hasn't had an issue with it at all as far as sliding anywhere, and the accuracy's been pretty good. So I'll roll this other video to show you what I need to tweak, and then we're going to put on the new the new front plate. This is I'm just working it out, trying to figure out exactly what works, what doesn't work. So I have another piece I can cut out and actually have it fit correctly. That's basically it, guys. All right, PSS build. This is basically the main rough draft. I've actually used this in the field. I did some Instagram pictures of it, and it's working out great. So I'm just going to do a fine tune of this. I have a new piece. I don't know if you can see it. It's right there, leaning up against the lift. That's going to be my new piece right here, because this is obviously all cut out because I needed to find spacing for everything. Goes 60 degrees full all the way over. I mean, it's pretty close, but it all works. And I might have to actually see, there we go. I'm gonna have to cut up just a little bit more, but that's it for that side. Now, I'm gonna drop down the base about a 1/16, I'd say about a 1/16, just to give it just a little crest on both sides. Maybe a little, yeah, a 1/16, not even a 1/16 on that side. So we'll see. And that's basically it. And then once this is cut out, I can finish it up. We're pretty much done. All right, just a quick, this is how I use a track saw. Cut out what I can, and then I'll use my oscillating tool to fine tune the edges and get in here as well. So still have to do this side, punch it out, but it'll look like this. And then I'll use a router just a small round, just to make sure that it's you know, you're not going to cut yourself or splinter or stuff like that. All right, so we got the top one is the new. I just gave it a little 1 5/8 inch, give it a little extra. You can see how much I moved it over, because that's just trial and error, R&D. Pretty close. We'll slap it on here. You can see. Get a little extra. I might, just depending on the weight, I might actually angle it down a little bit just to take off a little bit more. But this is going to be sufficient for right now. Yeah, I think we're good. Still have to router out the corners just to make it so I don't cut myself when I'm lifting it up into place. But let's get it mounted. All right, guys, here it is broken down. Obviously from the video, you know, I replaced this because it was off center a little bit. This is the Makita 12-inch 36-volt dual bevel compound miter saw. It's pretty heavy, so it's so far has no problems at all being supported by the dados, and I installed the aluminum brackets on both sides. For one, I dadoed up just, you know, a little, I say an 1/8 inch short. That way I knew I had enough space to actually install this, and it's working out just fine. You know, you sink the screws, and I just ground it off just in case there's any additional pieces sticking up above it. But it's been fantastic, working out just fine. These are my stops on both sides. I redid these as well. Now you'll see, obviously, obviously you go Ron Paulk's YouTube channel, you can see how it's built, and that's how it's built, probably, you know, for him, for correct. Also check out Daily Woodworks, Robert Daly. He built one of these as well correctly. Obviously it's working out for him very good, but mine, I wanted it a little more lightweight, because I'm always chucking in the trailer, and this gets used and abused. It won't be my last, won't be my last one I build for sure, because this one over here obviously was, you saw I had, you check my earlier videos, did convert that from a miter station just to a regular table saw, regular Paulk station, 3x6, just like this one here. But this is never going to have a miter saw unless it's one on top of it for my, you know, Milwaukee 7 1/4, just because of quick cuts. This is a workstation and a table saw outfeed station basically. So this one's going to be dedicated miter saw station for my 12-inch, and that's what it's going to stay like. So I'm not worried about, you know, extra workspace. I can always put the wings on if I need the extra workspace. It's just basically just, I'm trying to lighten everything up as much as I can. I'll be cutting some pieces out and probably putting the, you know, additional holes everywhere I can, just to lighten it up, because I want to make sure that it's, you know, it's functioning as a miter station. And so far it's been kick-ass. It's absolutely been the best, you know, I mean, best miter station I've had because of the wings. I do have the Makita, I forget what it is. You saw, I'll link it in the description, and I'll put a card up here somewhere where that miter station is fantastic, although it does have its flaws. And it's, you know, it's my daily driver for my 10-inch 36 volt, and this one is So far, I like it more just because of the versatility, tool storage. I don't have to worry. It's a workstation as well. So the other station is just a straight miter saw station. You can't really work there. This one, obviously, you can. So things I would do differently. Right now, I haven't used it too much, so I can't really tell you. These are actually going to get these. I forget what they're called. These bolts. I'm going to have shorter ones, just because I don't need the long one, so it's going to be easier for setup because I don't have to, the extra 20 threads I have to keep threading it on. Will save a little bit of time. Setup time is minutes. Get the regular legs out. And I will say I didn't build the legs because I have these tough. These are from Home Depot. These tough ones, and it's fantastic. Plus, I work this gets set up outside all the time. Grass, gravel, mud, stuff like that. So it's outside. I'm on job sites with this, not in a garage. So I prefer these legs here, and I didn't build Paulk's legs. Will down the road maybe, but for right now these are working out just fine. And I have multiple sets. I have those, and then these ones I just set on. These are the Cobalt ones. These are Lowe's ones right there for that. And they work out just fine. They're not the exact same height, nor do I need them to be because they're separate workstations. A couple other things, a couple notes. Basically, make sure you triple and it's each miter saw is going to be different. It says it on the plans. If you buy Ron Paulk's plans and you watch Robert Daly's video, it's every station's going to be a little different because the miter saw is going to be a little different as well. So a lot of R&D as far as seeing out what matches and what doesn't, as far as my cuts and everything to get full 60 degrees bevel and miter on both sides. It takes a little bit of time, but once it's done like it is now, it's fantastic. I can't wait to get this back on the job site. And we can keep cutting. This is going to a basement. We're just gonna make we're framing out a basement. We're also doing a kitchen, floors, and a couple walls. So it's gonna be fantastic. That's about all I have for this video, you guys. Yeah, it's pretty much, regular Ron Paulk style. It's got plenty of work area, plenty of tool storage. That's like and subscribe, you guys. I'll see you on the next video. Look for an update video after I have this out in the job sites for a little while. I'll let you know if there's anything I tweak on it. But right now we're just going to get on the work site and we're going to, get at it. It's a miter station. It's made, we use it to cut. That's right.